I'm going to make this very short and sweet. This is part 2. It's a continuation of the story of Jacob that we were reading in the Torah Bible study on last Sabbath. I had promised to make part 2, so I'll make it very short. There's more to say, but just because. Jacob and Esau had an agreement. They made a deal. We do not read anywhere in the Bible, whether it be canonized Bible or the Apocrypha, or in any version of the Bible, we don't read anywhere that after the deal, Esau came back to negotiate another version of the deal. As far as we're concerned, he had sold the birthright. Why is the rest of the world never questioning the lie, the slander, the condescending titles that are given to Jacob for taking the birthright and owning it? It's rightfully his. His brother sold it to him. And if you read it from the Apocrypha reading, it says God wanted Jacob to have the birthright because Esau was an ungodly man. He carried the spirit of Nimrod and he carried the spirit of Cain. With that said, why are the children of God not ever saying, wait a minute, how is Jacob considered a crook? If you read it in the Apocrypha reading, you'll come to understand what a decent gentleman Jacob was. It says he labored 7 years for Rachel, but he was given Leah. And in the morning he said, give me my wives. He said, what is this that you have done unto me? And Laban explains to him that it's our custom that the elder sister gets married first. So that's what gives. And then it says, then he gave him Rachel. Jacob offered to Laban 7 more years. He could have just taken it and said, that's what I worked for. You gave me this one. It's easy come, free. But he labored another 7 years for Rachel. And then 6 more years for his flock, his livestock. He was that kind of a decent person. But look at how the world has slandered him and tainted his character. That means Esau had wanted to have his cake and eat it too. He got you see, in the canonized Bible, they say it was a bowl of soup. It was not a bowl of soup. Esau had been in trouble where he was coming from the hunting. And nonetheless, of course, yes, he was hungry. But there's a deal he needed to settle over there. And he needed his brother's help in accomplishing this. And his brother assisted him. But his brother made him sign. They put it in writing that this is what he's offering in exchange for the assistance. He's offering his birthright. So Esau wanted that help. So basically he wanted it for free. But because his brother played him, he beat him in his own game, then that's where you see him getting so angry and wanting to kill him and the yada yadas. That means he wanted to lie to his father, and instead of telling his father that he already made a deal with his younger brother, he wanted to lie to both Isaac and to Jacob. But I encourage you, children of God, there are always two sides of a story. They should not have made that deal without talking to the old men. They should not have made that deal without signing it before the old men, because that's who's going to be giving out the blessings after all, yeah? So what I'm getting at is, instead of just taking what's said and You see, the Canaanite Bible was put together by the Roman Council. The Roman Council are descendants of Esau. The Edomites, as you well know, Esau went and stayed, they are considered the Edomites, but they moved to Rome. That is why the descendants of Esau are still fighting the descendants of Jacob. Rome destroyed the first temple. The first temple of Israel was built by the descendants of Jacob. And it's prophesied in scripture that it's Rome that will fight the descendants of Jacob, the church, and cause an abomination that maketh desolate. And then the sanctuary shall be cleansed. It was those same Romans that crucified Jesus, a descendant of Jacob. Now they put together the Bible. Do you think they'd have put a version that slanders their grandfather or their great grandfather? But they deceived you to believe it and to join them in the chorus of saying, this is what Jacob did. If you know the power of words in the spirit realm, we are the descendants of Jacob. And that it transcends stereotype of race, tribe, or nation. Descendants of Jacob are found in every tribe and nation in all the four corners of the world. You look at the Jews in Israel, even way back when, in the time of Jesus,